Okay, hey everybody. My goodness. What a way to start off a video, huh? This is Grace. It's like my lips wanted to stick together. No. Oh, it's hot. Well, it says it's 87 degrees. I think it's going to get up to 90 something. Today is September 28th. Yeah, September 28th. Here in north central Texas, north of Dallas. And the heat index is probably, I don't know, probably going to be in the hundreds again. You know, this is unusual weather. But because I wasn't able to do any work, you know, I've been doing for health insurance, long story short. Got to prove that I can earn a certain amount of money. I have edema, I can't work a regular job. So I was doing basically food delivery. Wasn't getting much done, wasn't making much money at all because of my health condition. So, plural I should say, more than just edema. You know, for various reasons, plus other people, it's saturated. But anyway, it's one of those days, but it's been so hot, and so I wasn't able to work much. The kids were out, I mean, not kids, but students, like at college, university, plus teachers of whatever, educators. Lots of more people, much more saturated, wasn't able to work. June, July, part of May, June, July, August, it became the heat. Once they started going back to school and all that. It's one thing. And then I wound up just 2 days and one night in the hospital. Had to go back 2 days later. Because as they say, if it gets worse, come back. It got worse, so I went back. Didn't stay but a few hours. It was at night. And it seems it's healing. I said the other day that it was 3 weeks. And it was healed, but nope. This has been about a month. And it's still not totally healed. It reminds me. Nope, not healed yet. Oh my goodness. But anyway, let's see, what else was I just going to mention briefly? But what I really want to do a lot of talk, talk about, make videos about, is the people who have such a strong need for attention. And I have done plenty of those over the past 9 years, 10 years, who knows. On my original channel, I really didn't talk about that, but the one that I made opposite, I made one for opposite thing, which I made about narcissism. And I talked a lot about people who were mainly histrionic behaviors. And they had such a strong need. I'm not diagnosing anybody, but they have a strong, strong need to have attention, that they will go to the craziest lengths and to do so, to get that attention. And it can be pretty bad. And for anybody they're around, it can be really bad. I was being tailgated in that part right there. Every video I talk about tailgaters, and it's usually as soon as I leave my house. Yeah. Actually, I should say, if it doesn't start in the neighborhood, just think about that neighborhood with kids, adults, anybody, doesn't matter. Lots of squirrels even. Doesn't matter. Just, like it says here in Texas, when I looked it up, about speed limits, what I already knew. I've been driving 46 years. Is that speed limits? It said, it is the law. We actually had an actual period behind, each one. Behind it is, period, the law, period. I could hear the person saying it. It had to be a guy. I've heard men say things like that. It is the law. I'm Texan, by the way. This is Texas. But anyway, and they start in there in the neighborhood. I've been tailgated with kids walking around in a grocery store. So many, actually today, somebody inside the grocery store was tailgating me. I'm not kidding, with their shopping cart. Not kidding. People have gone mad. Too many. Not everybody, of course. And I bet you think you're going to pull out in front of me, don't you? You do, don't you? You're going to be in my lane. The car was part of the way in my lane. Didn't have a blinker on, nothing, just dump area. What? What? Oh man, you're gonna have a lot of angry people if that's what I'm thinking. A lot of angry people. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what that meant. Didn't know there was a dump area. Oh my gosh, really? So many things. I should stay home and hide under my bed so I don't see all these crazy things going on. Seriously. I'm still, like I said, it's about a month, almost a month after I was in the hospital, and still not healed. It's in my abdominal area. And where did I mention it? Man, I'm hungry. It is 2:25, and I've had a little bit to eat today, but not much. I was out buying groceries, went home, put my feet up, and realized I need to eat. And I really need to eat. Oh, what is going on? I hope that area we wondered about, they've just kind of taken everything out of there. We were wondering, is it going to be, what is it going to be? Somebody had told Adam that it's going to be a senior living community, and I said, I don't think so. And I was hoping for a little Walmart neighborhood market. You far enough out? Yep. And if it's a dump, if it's going to be a dump, really? Wow. That's I don't know. What would that sign mean? I've never seen one before, ever. So, I don't know. Okay, that just kind of really threw me off there. I'm going to call Adam. He's off getting his hair cut. A new haircut style, I guess. I don't know. And knowing him, he'll probably pretty much have it shaved all off. I don't know. This is his latest thing. So, wow, this place is busy. I have been to Burger King too many times lately. Oh my goodness. Why is everybody, why is it so busy? What is it? Today is Saturday, but this is busier. Okay. You're backing in there, and then you're gonna back. What the hell? I'm sorry, but I'm getting sick of people, man. Everybody's gonna pull out in front of you and think that they own the road, and that's how it's supposed to be. What the crap? And that one was the one that pulled in. So, but they're gonna have to back into it. What, you don't know how to back out? I might as well just keep. I had decided that I was going to try to do videos. You know, I've been doing them all these years. You know, I did different types of videos that weren't about venting. And, but when I needed to vent, you know, instead of telling somebody else or whatever, you know, I just do videos online. Like, you know, on some, like, YouTube. Okay? I mean, really, it was always YouTube. And I think I've never done it on other ones, I don't think. But I decided maybe after all these years I'll switch and not do that. But nope. I live in what I jokingly call, there's no such place. It's not just one place. I call it Narcissismville. You know, life in Narcissismville kind of video. It's not a place. It's in my mind that, you know, whenever something happens that, you know, some people would say that's so the person's so narcissistic that does that, you know, like that, backing out in front of me. You know, it's not your whole road. I had just had that happen earlier, not somebody backing out, but I've had lately. Oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe what some people have done lately, and just in the parking lot. You know, have you ever had somebody who's parked next to you decide that they're going to go in front of you, but when somebody else is parked there in front of them, they're parked next to you, somebody's parked in front of them, but they're going to squeeze a big truck, okay, in between the one that was parked in front of them and you parked next to them. Think about how in the world exactly. I honked at the guy, made him, honked at him, and he stopped right there and I don't think he was doing anything, any kind of signal with his hand, you know what I mean? But he was over there verbally saying something which I couldn't hear. I didn't care to hear. I know, but I couldn't hear. And I'm like waving my hands like, what are you doing, idiot? Really? I think he was extremely, yeah, that. I never know. Okay, they have the first window open here today. I don't think I've ever seen the first window. The one right here, the first window. You never know which place is going to call this the second. I'm serious, I've seen it. And the other one the first. Not kidding. And I am really not kidding. But, and vice versa. So which one is which? I would call this one the first. But anyway, never seen it open. They've been here a few years. And I was so happy. Yes, exactly. A few years to Burger King. We only used to get Burger King whenever we were traveling because in city suburbs we hardly ever saw them. Okay, here's a question. Say you went through a drive-through, say it took a little while, no, not a whole lot, but and you got your meal, you got it, you're leaving, and you're driving down the road, and you go in to reach for a French fry. Well, you notice you have onion rings instead, and then you look in it, the bag, and you see there's more expensive stuff. It's not your order, and it's more or has a couple things more, whatever, but it's big enough that you wouldn't notice it, but you wouldn't notice it just by picking it up. You see what I'm saying? You would have never thought that you had that, though. Whatever kind of food it is, or maybe it's more expensive, whatever. And you bought a meal that cost $10 at any place, but it wound up being $140 or something. What would you do? Like, you're driving down the road. Would it matter how far you are down the road? Would you take it back? Would you say, oh my goodness, I'd have to do the drive-thru? They're not going to take it back anyway. That's what you say to yourself. I've never known one that would. I mean, you've driven off with it. Would you call them or what? Now if you were the person that got the other wrong, the one that you had ordered, it was much smaller, would you go back? Would it depend on how far? Would you call them? What would you do? I've seldom ever had that problem. I think the last time I had it was, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, and somewhere around there. And Adams, it was just bad. I said, we're taking it back. He was angry, man. Okay, now what would you think people would do? I think it's kind of, many people have not led sheltered lives, and I think many people would say probably, I'm a social and behavioral scientist myself, I would say that people who got the wrong order, it depends on where they live and just how they are, of course. But overall, I think, like if somebody's in a when they know the people or something, a small town or whatever, an area and people know one another, they would probably call, I would think, anybody, that got the good one. I think if people just didn't like the food, they'd call and say something. Whoa, what is going on over there? Somebody is parked in the grass for some reason. That was when there's a police station right there. That's the police station. As far as I know, it says police station. So, anyway, but yeah, I think most people that say they liked the food, they liked what they saw in there, and they're almost home or whatever. They've already left. They know it's going to be trouble all around, and I think most people would say, no, I'm not going back. They should get it together, and I'm not even going to bother calling. I don't agree with that, but I would at least call them myself. Whoa, man, what the crap? Wow, more bad traffic. This is 40, I think. And I think they're going at least 60. Yeah. And anyway, switching lanes, doing all that. But let's see. And people that I think if somebody got the wrong order, they call. And most of these places, I've had it happen, like I said, but not too often. But I call and they, wherever it is, and they say, okay, we'll write your name down. Next time you come here, or if you're coming right now, we have your name and which book you didn't get. It'd be that simple. And I know there are people who would take advantage of that, say, hey, I'm going to call and say I didn't get my order. But you would have to know what somebody had ordered around that time, I know there's a place that gives people food. This was like maybe 20 years ago. I knew somebody that went and got food, said that they were homeless or something. I heard, this was what, I don't know if there's any truth behind it, but in other words, but it's a place that gave food to homeless people. And just went in and said, I'm homeless, I'm hungry. And they gave, a meal or something. Now, like I said, I don't know if that's truth, any truth behind it or whatever. But, there are people like that. Take advantage of crap. And, it's supposed to be something good for, something good. Instead, it's just something that somebody take advantage of, really, and they're not homeless, by the way. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the truth behind the whole story, the whole thing, so. Okay, I guess I can go. I don't know, that light just seemed funny. Anyway, I haven't been out doing my job. I think one time, here it is, at the end of September, and I had one day that I earned in August. Now, I probably went out more than that one day, but one day I earned it. I don't even know when it was in July, because of the heat. I mean, we're talking big time heat here. And I know, you weren't in this place and you were in that place. No, that's because I live here. That's what I'm talking about here. It was bad here. So, I've actually had, like I said before, some people say, well, I don't live there. I was going to talk more about that kind of thing, but some people who just, they, do we really need this, all this adult mean girl, adult mean boy, they apparently think that's a popular thing to be. It's quite disgusting, to tell you the truth, and it's like, well, like, what is that? It's adults who are playing like they're adults. What is it, when kids do it? I don't want to say anything negative about kids who play dress up. That's it, dress up. So I don't even want to say anything that kids do. But adults doing it, playing dress up. And they're acting, instead of acting just like they're acting like an adult, these are acting like they're children. Not even children, like I said, just bad people. There we go. They're just, wow. I've seen this all my life, by the way. Okay, you are not, what are you doing? Really? I'm supposed to stop for you. Nope. I turned in my turning lane. And now he's ticking off somebody behind him too. Who was behind me. Yeah. I tell you, I don't know these days. I really don't know. I was in my lane. He had a lane, but he just thought both lanes were his, and that happens quite a bit right there. So, and it did give enough room for him to move over, but no, he was going to push me off the road. So, the people who do something wrong and they're going to make the other person pay for it. I just made a video earlier this morning about somebody in our neighborhood that did. It wasn't, well, we don't know the story because these people, they lie a lot. Okay, well, yeah, they do the whole thing of projection, which is really, okay. Anyway, it was a whole long story of what happened just this week, just a few days ago. And it was such a story. They blamed somebody else. And they basically stole our trash can because their trash can was missing. But they made a story behind it. There was a lot more to it. And until I decided, no, this is not happening. You know, I'm not going to take the flag for what happened to you. That's your problem. It's your business. You know. Yeah, okay. You got to go speeding down the road. Gotcha. Yeah. At least they didn't turn in here, man. I see that too many times. People get in on this road in the neighborhood. So you see the sign says 30 miles per hour. And they want to go 60. And this is a lot of kids out here. And they will drive as fast as they can. There's a lot of curves out here. Yeah. They do that in these neighborhoods. A lot of, I think almost all of them do. They actually say it's so people can't. It cuts down with burglaries and home invasions, isn't it? Some call it. And people speeding. Plain and simple. Doesn't matter. Honestly. Okay, I'm going to go home and finally get to eat today, and I really need to sleep. I really need to get back on a sleep schedule.